Hey guys. Okay, today I will just talk about genetics, like how you can use them on a basic level because, I only know the basics somewhat. Anyway, I just want to share this with you guys. Okay, so what are genetics? Well, genetics are pretty much, it can be of any type, and that type is whatever we pass on to that genetic. For example, in this function right here, to give a function like a genetic for its, let's say, parameters, then we can just have it inside of an angle brackets beside the parentheses. Now this works almost the same way as interfaces, because if I'm not mistaken, functions are pretty much just objects, and objects are interfaces at the same time. So it should somewhat work the same way as interfaces. Now you should, of course, do your fiddling through the docs properly, but yeah, that's pretty much the gist of it based on what I have experienced. Okay, as you can see here, this type right here is now available inside of the parameters. And of course, this interface generic function parameters that we instantiated above will take on the parameter of a generic. And of course, this right here is accessible from this function, which we can then give over here, which is of type string or whatever we want. Now this interface can have any values inside because this is pretty much considered an object right here. So in area of the object of the parameters of the function, and it has the key of item. And this item's type based on what we have here in this interface is equal to the generics type. So whatever we pass on inside of this generic, that will be the type of the value of this key item inside of the interface. So right here, as you can see, when we hover over the item variable or key in this case, it has the type of t. So if I hover over the function here after calling it with the type with the generic of with the generic type of string, and we can pass on any value we want. So if I hover, as you can see, we have the type of string now. And in here, the generic function parameters also has the generic type of string, and it will return a string. That's because in the function, we are just returning the item over here. And this is what we call object destructuring. So in the case that, let's say, we have args, so like that, and to get the items inside of the args, or to get a specific key, we just do args dot whatever key we want, or also using the, I don't know what it's called, but it's like array notation. I'm not sure, but so after the object variable name inside the brackets, you just have any key that you want. And beautiful IntelliSense to get the item. There we go. So this is useful for like in props in React to both explicitly know what that component requires and such. And this is also good for type safety because with generic right here, if we pass on the type of string inside the generic of the function, and we type in a different type, which is not equal to what we type inside of this. For example, if we type in the type of string and we give the item a value other than the type of string, for example, a number, we will get an error. And if we hover over it, it's not assignable to string. But if we remove this, then this value will be inferred by TypeScript. There we go. Number, number. what else should I talk about? All right. So we can also do something like this, or like a second kind of type, something like that. And if we try to add it here, I guess. So for example, we have a name, we have an H, a bit P. So in here will be a T and P, I guess. Additionally, we'll have name and H. There you go. So if we did that over here, name H, and in here, of course, we need to give it a value. So let's say Aaron, age 20, or whatever age we want. Then here we'll have string and number. There we go. Oh, and right here we're getting an error because we took it to image. Okay. And if we hover, beautiful, it still sends. Yeah. And if you remove, this will still be inferred by TypeScript. There we go. Okay. And now the gist of this is that generic types, again, are whatever type we pass onto it. So they're pretty much a variable in this case, but in types, And to have them in functions, you just need to do it like this. And in interfaces, you need to do it like this. And then its keys inside can now have access to this right here. So for example, we can say like an array of names or something, array of names. Then we can just envelop that inside of an array type. And as well, this array right here also accepts a generic, as you can see, and we can just pass on type of any, or we can pass on the whatever type we have from this generic t. So now if we check here, I mean, oh, never mind that. I guess here we go. This parameter, or the first argument parameter here, needs to have the array of names, which is what we have here. Okay, so let's try that. Array of names, still the same, there we go. And if we change this to a different type, besides what we specified the t, or the generic type t to be, then we will get an error right here. And yeah, that's pretty much the gist of generic types. And there, this is like very powerful, I guess, if you master genetics, because I haven't really mastered it yet. And I just started to like get used to it. This is pretty hard to like work your way around in TypeScript most of the time. Excuse me. Oh, and one more thing, if you don't know, you can also instantiate an object inside for a type, like here. So for example, we have characteristics. You can do it like this, record, and then whatever key it will be. So most of the time, the keys are of type string, and the values can be anything you want, let's say any. There we go. Or this can also be equals to something like, if I'm not mistaken, like this. So key, string, and any. Something like that. I just wanted to share this because I didn't really know about what record was for. So there we go. So let's try this out. So we have characteristics. Let's see. Have eyes and then blue. And let's try to give this a type of string now. Excuse me. And give this a different type 0. We get an error. There we go. Very nice. Okay, I think that's everything. Finally. I just wanted to share this with you, and yeah. Oh, I didn't actually full screen my editor. Oh well. Thank you for watching and good luck on your development journey. Happy learning. Bye bye.